No Excuse: The Power of Self-Discipline. Written by a New York Times bestseller author Brian Tracy. Part 15. Eliminated two fears at once. Psychologists have found that certain fears are branded together in the subconscious mind, like wears on the sum street count. And if you can overcome some fears in on the trace years, you will be also eliminate other fears on the sum certain. The fear of religion to call spitins stems to branded together with the fear of public speaking. When you discipline yourself to join Toastmasters or take a dual chance courses to learn to speak confidently on your fact, your fears of rejections disappears as well. Your level of self-confidence is your interactions with others increases dramatically. Your whole life changes in a positive way. Comfort your fears. Your ability to comfort deal with a act in spans with your fears in the key to happiness and success. One of the best experience you can practice to your identity, a person or selection in your life of which you are afraid and resolve to deal with that fear solution immediately. Do not allow it to make you unhappy for any other minute. Resolve to comfort the solution or person and put the fear behind you. A woman, one of my customers, told me that her boss was a very negative person. He was constantly criticized and bearing her about her work, even though she was one of the highest rated employees in the organizations. He was making her life miserable. She did not want to give up her job, but she was afraid to confronting him. She asked me what she should do. I gave her this advice, which I have subconsciously given to many other people. The only reason that one person relieves another is he feels he can get away with it. The only way to deal with a bully is to confront him. Reliefs and actually crowds her and they will feel from confrontation. I told her to do this. The next time your boss criticizes you any reason to turn him and say quite firmly, I want to upset it is not tell it to me like the ever again. It haunts my feeling and spurs me from doing my job the way you went. I told her to look him straight in the eye after she had finished making this statement. He had turned his causes rather than putting up with such a way any longer. The next time her boss began to bribe her, she squared up with him and said those words. She wrote to me and told me what had happened. Just I had predicted, he surprised and beat his truck. He immediately apologized and mesmerized the equality went back to his office. He never criticized her again. She told me that she could give end his bad terminates to her many methods. Before he had only had the causes to comfort him directly the first time it's happened. As Eleanor Roosevelt is said, no more can make you feel inferior without your consent. Make toward the fear. When your identity is fair, do discipline yourself to move toward it. It goes similar and more mesmerizable. What's more, as your fears grow similar, your confidence grows soon. Your fears lose their control over you. In constant when you back away from a far including station or person, your feels goes learner and learner. Soon it demands your talking and feeling pursues and during the day. After often keeps you make away at night. Leaders have two type of causes. In leadership, the most common quality is that of vision. Leaders have a clear vision of where they want to take their organizations. Leaders also have a clear vision of a way when to be sometime in the future in their personal lives. The second most common quality of leaders is that of causes. Leaders have the causes to do whatever is necessary to fulfill their vision. They lead from the front and due to go forward. There are two types of causes that you need. First, you need the courses to launch, to take action, to take a leap of field. You need the causes to go all in without any grounded of success and with a high personality of failure at last in the short term. The major feeling that hits the most people back in that and straight all of their best endurance they don't have the causes to take the first step. The second type of causes that you need is called causes practice. That is the ability to bring in there and continue working and finishing after you have gone all in and before you have yet seen any results. Of readers, many people can master up the causes and to take action toward in a new goal. But when they see no immediate result, they quickly lose heart and pull back to safety and security. They don't have after saying power. Deal with the four directly. The only way to deal with a four is to address in heart on. Remind yourself that deadline is not a river of Egypt. The natural tendency of many people is to deny that they have a problem. Also, far of some kinds, they are afraid of confusing it. It turns it becomes the major source of extremes, unhappiness, and philosophy's blindness. By willing to deal with the situation or person directly, as some speakers said, that arms against of the sea, trustables and in doing and strain. The complaint for is a worry. Look twin stress for and worry to go around together. Mark Twain owns right. I have right about a lot of things in life, and the most them never happened. It has been intimated that 99% of the things that you worry about never happen. And most of the things that you do happen and so quickly that you don't have time to worry about them in the first place. The disaster report. Whenever you are worried about something, fill out a despair report on the solutions. This will dictionary your fear and worry almost immediately. That is often called the worry disaster. The disaster report has been four parts. First, discipline the way solution clearly. When exactly you are worried about, very often. When you take the time to be completely clear about the worry stations, your way to resolve the stations become immediately event. Second, identify the worst possible thing that you could possibly happen. At this, our suggestion of where to take place. Would you lose your job? Would you lose your relationship? Would you place your money? What is that worst thing that could possibly happen? Be clear about this. In many cases of you will see the worst clear. It could be not run you. It might be environment too unexpectable, but you will immediately recover. You will be find that is probably not worth all the worry that you are devoting to it. Third, resolve to accept the worst possible outcome. Should I honor to say yourself, well, it happens, it won't kill me, I will find a way to get along. The most of the streams of worry comes from denial, from the not being willing to face the worst possible thing that could happen. But once you have resolved and accept the worst, should it clear all the worry and streams is despair. Fourth, begin immediately to improve on the worst. Take every step that you possibly can to make sure that the worst possible outcomes does not clear. Take action immediately, do something, get on with it. Act quickly, get so busy making sure that the worst things does not happen and they do happen, no time to worry. The real antidote. In the final analytics, the only real core of worry is despair. Purposeful action in the determinant of your goals. Get so busy working on your goals, on the solutions to your problems that you have to no time to be afraid or worry about anything. When you practice the self-discipline or causes and force yourself to face any far including solution in your life, your self-esteem goes up, your self-respect increases, and your sense of personal pride goes. You indirectly reach the point in life, right? You are not afraid of anything. Once you have developed the causes and step out in the field, you must then develop the self-discipline or practice, which we'll talk about in the next chapter. Action exercise 1. Identify your 3 biggest fears in your life right now. What are they? 2. Determine what you would in each of those solutions if you were to granted of your complete success. What actions would you take? 3. What have you always wanted to do but been afraid to attempt? What do you do differently and it was granted success? 4. In what the hours of life and work do must experience that fears of failure and loss? What steps you can take immediately to comfort and estimate those fears? 5. In what these areas of life do must most experience that force of certain rejections and embarrassment? How could you comfort those the fears are overcome from? 6. What on great goal what you yet set yourself to know you could not fail? 7. What will you determinedly in your life to hit 20 million in the bank but only 10 years left to live? And next chapter 7. Self-discipline and persistence. I invite you to listen to the next chapter of this book. Thanks for listening.